Let's go for a really half-assed video today because, well, I seem to have a problem. Whether it's undiagnosed or something else, who knows. I happened to be looking through my channel and noticed to buy... Shut up. I happened to notice this. To buy, not to buy. A series that I made recently to, well, discuss whether to buy or not to buy cars. It's kind of self-explanatory. 3 months ago, I last made one of these. And it was meant to be a new series for me to be able to go through all the Mattel Creations releasing cars without having to buy them all. Because half of my channel was just me buying them just for the sake of making a video on them, which was a waste of money. For whatever reason, I have forgotten. So I don't know if I've got ADHD or just early onset dementia. I just don't seem to remember my own projects. Which brings me on to this half-assed video where I'm going to look over what I didn't buy. And I've had to re-record this the next day because as soon as I pushed record on OBS, I suddenly got like some sort of onset cold or man flu and kept sneezing and sniffing. Wonderful. And so let's start off. I started looking through the US site and noticed something else I'd bloody forgotten. I'm just going to quickly go over what I've bought and what I haven't bought. Fuck, when did that release? I swear I had reminders for that. Did I get the date wrong? Seriously, I swear I set reminders for that. God, I'm hopeless. Anyway. So let's start things. There's a couple of cars on the US site. First of all, we had this, another release of the Dodge van. This was actually the first RLC I properly bought. It was the purple release of this. I don't really need another. The orange Spectre Flame does look real sweet, I must admit. Like, it looks real sweet. But the design on the side's not really me, and I don't see the need to have another one because, well, it's an American van, it's not something we really get over here, so I'm less inclined to buy it, especially as it costs more than the original. Another one was this, the Selections car, the Barracuda, and it is a very cool car. I do have the cyan version. I love the car and I love the casting, but I don't think this Selections car really is going to look that good. Unfortunately, it does look really cool in this 3D rendition of the car, but personally I've seen the Spectre Flame antifreeze in person on the Miura, the Lamborghini Miura. I don't think it's going to work with the red outlines on the wheels. I don't know, I'm not fully sure on that colour. It looks good in the rendition, but it's quite a more kind of nasty yellow colour in person. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure on this one. So with the increased price again and trying to save money, I decided to pass on this. Time will only tell when this actually is released and we can see it. I mean, it might already be. Doesn't look like it's actually been or come out yet, so I'm not sure what it's going to quite look like in person. Really cool casting, but I think the colour put me off this one. So that's the US site done. Let's move on to the UK site, and the UK site in itself also brings in some issues with this. So let's start off with the RLC exclusive Integra Type R. So this car was the 2025 RLC car. I don't know what you call it now because they used to be a membership car. They're kind of not really that now. And I'm sure a lot of people were with me on this. The pin, or not the pin, the stitch on badge looked really cool. And a lot have actually said they'd love to buy this separately. And the car really wasn't doing it for them. I agree, I'd love to be able to buy the actual badge separately, or the embroidered thing there. However, they'd probably still charge you like 20 quid for that delivered. But yeah, the car is nice. If I hadn't bought the release in white, then I probably would have bought this one. I'm still kind of tempted because it is Spectre Flame, and Spectre Flame with door mirrors, might I add. So I didn't notice that originally. That's kind of interesting. So I might still consider adding this to an order, perhaps, to get it on cheaper postage. It's cool, but we saw a few releases of the Integra Type R, and I just didn't feel the need to buy this one. And another thing, the price was much more expensive than the last few I've bought, so it sort of put me off a bit. Because I remember buying them for like 20 odd quid. Even the big Cowabugger, that's a couple of quid cheaper as well. It's a bit irritating for things to just keep going up in value. We then have the Porsche 1986 Porsche 959. Again, this is a really cool car. And of course it comes in the Golf livery that looks absolutely stunning. But again, it's another re-release, and I kind of wish I bought this model over the previous. Although saying that, it did come out in red. And that is... No, I prefer the one in red, I think. While the Golf livery is really nice, I don't know. I can't justify it. And the chrome wheels, yeah, I don't know. I think one of the more interesting things about this casting was the fact the box actually come with an orange base, which was really interesting, and I quite like that. But if you're buying a car just for the orange acrylic base, yeah, you might have to consider that again. Even in the re-recording, I'm getting sniffly again. It's like I'm allergic to recording now. Right, the Hot Wheels, and they're all Hot Wheels, why do I keep saying it? The Chevy 454 SS. Another re-release, and I do already have an earlier version. The one I got is the red version. I bought two, so I got one carded and one opened. In fact, I think this was the first vehicle I bought two of. A nice looking truck, but this version isn't doing it for me. The decal seems to be a very similar reproduction of one they've used a few times on their premium lines, and I'm not sure if I'm feeling the two-tone light blue paint on the Spectraflame. This kind of design doesn't really do it for me. I'm not sure why. The chrome wheels do look nice. Again, having the engine bay open is very cool. But personally, I think the red one just looks nice in my opinion. The stripes just, they're not really for me. So, as you probably know, I bought the Subaru 22B. I've already done a video on that, a very nice car, and I couldn't avoid buying the Chevrolet Brookwood. Just an awesome old American wagon. It's the only way I'm going to get any Hot Wheels wagons because, well, they don't do any European ones very often. So, yeah, who doesn't like that? The lowrider stripes, maybe not quite my cup of tea, but it is a very cool old car and just lets me reminisce in the old driver days. And yeah, it also comes in a very nice acrylic case. But yeah, I bought that one, so it's not really subject to this video as much. And then we come on to the Datsun 240Z, and I'm still weighing this one up because, man, it does look cool. So this car has a forward opening hood, which is really cool, and that Spectraflame olive with the gold wheels just looks sweet. Damn, it looks so good, with the black bumper as well. It's a really nice looking car, and I think I was going to buy this one, but again, money's just one of them things that just happens to come into play with these now, and I didn't really at the time have the money to buy it. So it's still on the list to maybe add to an order if I've got some spare funds, but these days that's not very often. But yeah, really nice car, this one. There's not really many faults. I just like this one. I just couldn't bring myself to buy it at the time, and I still can't because of money. So this one's kind of a bit more unfortunate. And that's another problem we have with the UK site, especially. It used to be I just had to buy the cars straight away. Now, quite a few of these cars have stayed up for a long time. You can still buy the 2024 membership car. I mean, you can still buy the McLaren F1 and things like the Shelby GT500 Code Red. This was like a big re-release on the US site, but you can still buy it here on the UK site. But so you usually get a bit more time, and that's what I've been using lately. I've been using the bit of extra time to think about what I want to buy and maybe wait to get a reduced postage price. But for £4 postage over here, combining the orders doesn't actually save you as much. It's the main price of the car, like 38, 38, 32. You're averaging £32 for just a carded car. Well, this was 38. I don't get... That's another thing that put me off. I've just remembered. Why is this £38? Why is this so expensive? Like, the engine design looks cool, but it's not even an acrylic car. It's carded. Why is this so much money? £38. And the Brookwood's also 38, but it comes in a case at least. I don't understand why some of these cars have gone up so much. And it's really put me off lately, especially when Kato House Mini GT stuff is they're putting out some whopping good cars. And like the Golf as well. I forgot about the Golf because it's moved down. Really, really did want to buy this. Obviously, I've missed my chance now because it's one of those cars that sold out. That's another thing. Some cars you got to guess whether they're going to be popular enough. Some do sell out very fast on the UK site, whereas others don't. So if you want to hold off and save some money on postage or are pondering it, you don't always get the chance. this was another one that I did want to buy. The engine bay just looked really bloody good, like a really good engine bay detail on this one, which is a nice step up from what we've been getting lately. All the details look really good as well, but that shadow Spectraflame, that shadow chrome Spectraflame, man, it looks good. But yeah, I sort of passed on it. I do love hot hatches, but I'm sort of more into the French ones, the 106s, the 205s, Saxos, 306s. They're sort of more my thing. And don't get me wrong, I like the Mark 1s, I like the V-dubs, but yeah, I would love it if Mattel ever made a 106, 306, whatever. I would love that, but don't think they're going to be doing anything like that ever, really. So yeah, but obviously now I've missed out the chance to buy that from here, so it's unfortunate, really. So that is kind of half the issue. Yeah, I get a bit more time to think about things, so they often get, I often put them off and don't ever buy them, and sometimes, yeah, they can sell out instantly, so... But yeah, that is pretty much all the cars I can think of that I didn't buy, and sort of the reasons. Let's be honest here, one of the massive reasons now is just money. I can't spend so much on cars. I need to think about my future here. I need to think about actually locking in and sorting my life out a bit, and wasting all my money on cars is not the way to go. But yeah, I don't know, things have just got more and more expensive, and for not that much extra quality, I don't think. When Hot Wheels are making cars the level of Kato House and Mini GT, I might think about spending this money, but you know, you don't even get lens lights on these cars. They're just little silver painted on things. It just does not compete. It does not compete. To buy, well, there's a quick little update. It's not really a to buy or not to buy. It's more like a why I didn't buy, or why I not buy. But yeah, I don't know how I forgot about this playlist for 3 months and have not made anything since. It's honestly hopeless. Really, I'm getting terrible for this kind of thing. So if there's any series or playlists you want to see come back and I forgot about, do let me know. Someone reminded me about the custom motors playlist, and yeah, that's really bad. Like, really bad. 3 years ago. 3 fucking years ago. And someone actually reminded me because they wanted to see more. I said, yeah, I'll get on that. It might have been a random video, actually. It might not have been one of the custom motors that it was on. It obviously wasn't one of these. Someone asked me to bring these back, and I think it's been a few months since they asked, and I said, yeah, I'll get on that, I must do it. And I got really distracted and forgot. I will be bringing the custom motors back as well. Anyway, not for this video, but I don't know why I'm like this these days. But yeah, there we are. I hope you've enjoyed. Just a little update on things and what I haven't bought, sort of why. But like I said, money's a big impact these days, so yeah. Anyway, happy peg hunting, wish you all the best, and I'll see you in another video, I hope.